Starting next hour, Ohio voters will head to the polls to cast their ballots in a closely watched special election today. Ohioans are set to decide whether or not it should be harder to change the state's constitution. The measure, which is known as Issue 1, would raise the threshold for amending the Constitution from a simple majority to 60% of voters. And the outcome of today's election could have a major impact on abortion rights in November. Republicans are arguing that the measure is intended to limit the influence of special interests. But opponents who are skeptical of the timing say it is instead aimed at making it harder to enshrine abortion rights in that state's constitution. Joining us now, politics reporter for the news outlet The 19th, Grace Panetta. Grace, I know you have been following this closely for quite some time. Today's the day. Ohio voters will decide whether or not to raise the threshold for amending the state constitution. Tell us more as to why this is being now viewed as a proxy fight over abortion.
Yes, absolutely, John. First, I would say that there's important to note that there was not sort of a grassroots effort to put this amendment on the ballot to make it harder to enact ballot measures. This was done by the Republican-controlled legislature, who, after canceling August special elections just this January, put this special election on the ballot for August on this measure that would not only raise the threshold to pass ballot measures, but make them much harder to get on the ballot in the first place. And some of them have openly said that it's about stopping this abortion amendment. So you see both pro-abortion and anti-abortion groups really spending big and getting very involved in this special election today.
And Grace, as we know, there have been a number of other states that have tried to curb abortion rights or to raise the threshold to pass ballot measures. And most of them have gone down to defeat, and including at least 3 Republican-led states. So tell us about that and if that could create a template for what we might see today.
Absolutely, yes. It's so important to view Ohio in this broader national context. Part of the reason why some state Republicans want to stop these abortion rights ballot measures from going through is because they were so remarkably successful in the 2022 midterms. And we see not just in Ohio, but in other Republican-controlled states like Missouri, lawmakers and activists trying to raise the threshold using sort of procedural, mechanical levers of democracy to block some abortion rights ballot measures from getting on the ballot and being explicit and tying it to abortion. And so this Ohio case is going to be a really important litmus test for whether those tactics will succeed.
And Grace, certainly this is a state initiative that has received national attention, and it's important on its own merits. But tell us a little bit, please, about how you're speaking to Republicans and Democrats, not just in Ohio, but in Washington and across the nation, as to how they view abortion remaining a defining issue for next November, for November 2024 and the presidential election.
Absolutely. Well, Democrats would love to have this be a defining issue. It was an issue that brought them a lot of success in the midterms last year. And Republicans, the ones who do want to take on this issue, like some of the groups opposed to abortion I've been speaking to, they're trying to make this sort of an issue over parental rights, which has been a very potent sort of message, as we've seen in the 2024 Republican primary, arguing that amendments that expand abortion rights could curb parental rights over minors' access to abortion and contraception, and trying to tap in to the energy around that issue and that messaging. And this Ohio election will also be a case of whether that message succeeds.
Really good and certainly timely reporting from politics reporter for the 19th, Grace Panetta. Thank you. And we, of course, will be watching what happens in Ohio all day long.